One of the important questions I'm asked, because I was a monk for over a decade, and then I became a father, and now I'm a grandfather. And sometimes people younger than myself and ask me, well, since I'm raising a family, I don't have any time to meditate. And in fact, long before I became a monk, I had a very good friend, and she was a real Dharma practitioner. And she was married to another really great Dharma practitioner, and they had a child. And so one day we were talking, and I asked her how her practice was going. She said, well, she said, my son's my practice now. So, well, that didn't go over very well with me, but I didn't say anything. The question is, how do you meditate or maintain a practice when you have a family? If you really love the Dharma, you'll find a way. If you're used to practicing because you're supposed to practice, or you heard it's a good thing to do, but you haven't gotten to the point where you really love it, then the family will be an obstacle. Having a family will be an obstacle. For me, it never was. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason it never was is because I maintained my practice all throughout my marriage and raising kids and so forth, and work. What little work I did myself, usually on the keyboard trading stocks. But I never had it interfere with my practice, and I never had it interfere with my family life. The fact that I practiced vigorously never affected my family, and they were never complained about it. And I never complained about family responsibilities interfering with my practice, because I never let it happen. And so the secret to maintaining a practice when you have a family and work and so forth can be explained in one word: schedule. Schedule is so essential, more essential than ever when you have a family and responsibilities to meet. Why is it important? It's so important because once you have a schedule and all the members in the family know that you have a schedule, and they start respecting that schedule. As my kids, got to know, of course they could always walk in on me in the Buddha hall, and they often did, and they would sit in meditation with me. But they never interfered. They knew that at a certain time I would be meditating. And in the evening at a certain time I'd be meditating. Morning and evening I had specific times when I would be meditating. And that was well known in the family. It was well known amongst friends, and even business partners knew that time was my time for meditation. If you really don't have a time, that's when you have difficulties. Because if you don't have a time, then nobody in the family knows when you're meditating, and they don't know if it's off limits to, bother you about something or ask you to, take you here or there, or pick somebody up from here or there, or go get some food and so forth. Go to the school PTA meeting, any number of things. When you have no schedule, everything's, okay as far as they're concerned. They can go talk to you anytime about doing anything and they'll expect you to do it. But if you have a schedule and you're very strict with yourself about that schedule, that means you too respect your schedule. In other words, if you're scheduled to meditate and a bunch of friends say, let's go out river rafting or to the lake and go swimming, oh, sorry, at that time I'm meditating. So it also works both ways. You also have to respect your own schedule. Of course, if there's a real need, then you fulfill that need. You got to go to the doctor, dentist, meet somebody that you can't meet some other time. Take the children somewhere where they cannot go another time. Show up at a teacher meeting or whatever. Then you reschedule. But generally, schedules are very respected in a family. So if you have a schedule, then all the family members and all of my personal friends knew my hours of meditation. So they never tried to call or come over at those times. In Nepal, we didn't have phones, for most of the time I was in Nepal, about 10 years. So, people would just show up at your door. And I did this, everybody did that. All of our friends, we would just go over to each other's house. If somebody was busy, they'd just say, I'm busy. That was that. But everybody knew my schedule, so they never showed up if they, thought that was my meditation time. So you have to have a certain boundary. And it doesn't even become a boundary once it's set. It's just something that everybody knows in the family. All the friends know. So that just kind of like part of their schedule too is not to go anywhere around you at those times. And it's just a totally accepted thing. And so it works really good all the way around because if you maintain your schedule, then your family also maintains their schedule because they see you maintaining your schedule, so they start acting in a more disciplined way. Kids do their homework at a certain time. Meals are prepared more timely because they know that you're not going to eat just any time. If you're meditating and the food's prepared at some odd time, then you're not going to eat. So the whole family starts functioning around your schedule to a certain extent. So it makes everything work better. The whole family works better. They work on a schedule too. But you have to start it. You have to start the ball rolling. So as far as, keeping a practice going while having family responsibilities, it comes down to one word. Have a schedule and maintain it. And then everything in the family will work around that schedule. And people, the wife, the husband, the children, they all know that and will respect that. And they'll respect you for maintaining your schedule. And every time you transfer the Dharma at the end of a session, you transfer the merit from your practice, it means something. It means that your family is benefiting by your practice. And they will benefit by it. So maintaining a schedule is so important. And that's a common question that we just talked about. And it's such a simple answer. The answer is simple. It's difficult to actually start a schedule and maintain it. You'll want to do other things too. It's not just about family interference. It's about your own things and personal things you want to get done and do. So that the solution is simple enough, but following it through is what's difficult. But anybody that dedicated can do it. You have to love the Dharma to do it. You can't just do it because you think it's the right thing to do or something like that. You have to be attracted and want to sit down there and, get down to your practice. So, and that all comes from time at it. So good luck. It's not easy, but, you can do it.